All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a Houston Rockets video for you guys. Now, they had the best loss of the season last night. They played the Minnesota Timberwolves, who had just a couple of games, who were just a couple of games better than the Houston Rockets. And this is literally, or it was, I should say, that was literally the last team, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm pretty sure I'm not, that was below 500 that the Houston Rockets play. And I want to say they have about 10 more games left. They finish it off on May 16th against the Atlanta Hawks. So last night was just a phenomenal loss. They lost 114, 207. What I really liked, first off, it was cool to see Karl-Anthony Towns play against his future team. I always love when Cat plays us because I just know he's going to be heading over soon. So that's always fun. And then, D'Angelo Russell did not do as well as I had anticipated. And I like that for two reasons. First off, I'm playing him in fantasy basketball. And number two, actually, I should be rooting for him to go off because I want him to help contribute to a Rockets loss. I'm just realizing that now, but I don't want him to go off because of fantasy basketball purposes. So this actually worked out perfectly because they still won and he still played like trash. So it was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Herman Gomez just absolutely went off against us. But the Houston Rockets, Kelly Olynyk, Jae'Sean Tate, Christian Wood, they all combined for 20 points. I get this question a lot, I get this statement a lot. A lot of fans, a lot of Rockets fans, they'll back me up. They'll back this comment up. If you're not a Rocket fan, you might look at this and say, you're pretty crazy. But you get a top 4 protected pick, right? So this is under the assumption that the lottery balls fall in our favor, and we do end up securing a top 4 pick in the draft, because that would be game-changing. Also, don't forget, we have the Heat pick, and we also have the Trailblazers pick. They've been losing, so, that's something to root for. It's kind of unfortunate because I root for the Blazers. I love Dame. I love CJ. I love Melo. I want them to do well, but they can't win right now. So it's it's good to know that we do have that pick. But let's just say we get a top 4 pick. And you get one free agent. You get one one above average free agent. I'm not talking like a low key, if we're talking 2K, I'm not talking like a 75, 76, 77. I'm talking like at least a 79, at least an 80. Somebody like a John Collins, somebody who can come in and make an immediate impact no matter what. Kelly Oubre. These aren't even guys I want specifically. Lauri Markkanen. I don't want Lauri Markkanen on the Rockets, and I'd take Kelly Oubre on the Rockets, but the point I'm trying to get at here is if they get a good basketball player, obviously a free agent, so it'll be a little bit of a veteran, hopefully on the younger scale, but it doesn't even matter. Maybe a veteran would suit us a little bit better. You get one free agent, and you get one draft pick. There's no way this team isn't at least in contention, especially if they have the play-in game again. There's no way that they are that bad where, we're in the exact same situation we're in right now next year. There's just absolutely no way. This year is suffering, but we'll get a pick. We'll get a free agent. Even if we don't get a free agent, we'll get a pick. Even if we don't get a pick, we'll get a free agent. They'll figure it out. This is going to be the last year of suffering. I look at this Rockets team and I see talent, right? I have my issues with Eric Gordon, but I know Eric Gordon is a great basketball player, and I know he can help teams win basketball games. DJ Augustine. This dude is super solid. Super solid. He's hurt right now, but Sterling Brown, if they re-sign David Nwaba, in my opinion, it's an immediate upgrade over Daniel House. Now, the Daniel House situation is super confusing. I don't really know what to do with Daniel House. He's got 2 years left, so 1 year after this year. He's super cheap, which is why I love him, but he is the most inconsistent basketball player I think I've ever watched play on the Houston Rockets in the last 5 years. It's crazy sometimes, but then, he'll have a game where he'll drop 22 points and 5 threes, and you're like, hey, that's my man, Daniel House. Yes, sir. So you got those guys. If they re-sign Kelly Olynyk, then we're really talking, right? If they re-sign Kelly Olynyk, now we're really, really getting onto something. But even if they don't, you have Kevin Porter Jr., you've got Jayshawn Tate, and you've got Christian Wood. And you have John Wall. So you throw in a free agent, you throw in a pick. I mean, it's really hard for me to imagine a situation where they're 15-47 at this time next year because, to be quite honest, I don't really see that happening. I think even with their current roster, with COVID, people forget how intense and insane COVID was at the beginning of the year. I mean, games were getting postponed left and right. Teams were playing with 8 players left and right. The Houston Rockets had what was it? I forget, but it was 11 of their first 15 were different starting fives. It was an insane year just right from the get-go, and then you have all the drama with James Harden. And so it just adds insult to injury, and it has this Rockets team just kind of looking like idiots, in my opinion. They're, the media painted them out to be these villains, what are they doing out there in Houston? God forbid we give James Harden all the help we can in the 10 years he's been for us. Sorry you've never won a ring. Sorry you've shown up one time in a big-time playoff game. I don't really know what to tell you, media. So I'm rooting for James to get his ring this year. I know he'll play better. I know he's been getting significantly better in the playoffs, but I just think with everything that's going on this year, the media is just giving the Rockets such a bad rap. And it's first off, everything that's happened to the Rockets has been insane this season. And then everything that's happened in general in the NBA this season has been insane. Games were getting postponed left and right. The NBA was about to get shut down again. I mean, it was a crazy start to the year, and it's been a crazy year. So I got trust in this Houston Rockets. Sounds like we got some construction on going down. No, it's just a bus. But that is going to wrap up today's video. If you enjoy it, hit that like button, hit that sub button. Do this every day. I know you guys would like it. I'll see you guys later.